Transcript of lecture by Professor Gavin Wenott, Martian Institute of Space Exploration, Myers, 12th February, 452 AT, free sample for public viewing. Begin transcript. Welcome to Introduction to Omelettes. I'm sure you are all excited to begin the most exciting module this semester. I am Professor Gavin Wenott, and I will be teaching the first part. That will be an introduction to omelette types and the processes we use to manufacture them. Then Professor Ento, yes, he is French descended, will cover omelette launching methodology and omelette warfare ethics. Now, first, an overview of the different types of omelettes that we currently use. Firstly, we have, of course, the diner-style cheese omelette. It has a substantial Maillard crust that protects the bacteria in the omelette from the most explosive launch methods. We use this omelette for long-range warfare, above 50 million kilometers usually. That is also because we absolutely have to launch it at high speeds because of the crust. If it is not fast enough, the crust means that omelette will not splatter enough, and there will not be enough coverage. Thankfully, of course, the crust means we can launch them at high speed without fear of it breaking apart. Usually, the velocity at the exosphere is 1 million to 10 million kilometers a second. Next, we have the French-style cheese omelette. You can actually ask Professor Ento about this. He worked on French-style omelettes for his doctorate. I worked on frying pan design. The French-style omelette has no crust, only an outer layer that is slightly more cooked than the inside. That means that this omelette cannot be explosively launched. This means that we usually do not use these omelettes above 50 million kilometers range, and we usually fire them at slow speeds of about 50,000 to 100,000 kilometers a second. Far away targets are also undesirable here because the omelette cools down too much while travelling, and the bacteria may die. There are two main reasons we use French-style omelettes over diner-style omelettes. Firstly, because of the shape, lower cooking temperature, and less oil required, it is more economical to produce and launch this omelette. Remember, French-style omelettes are sausage-shaped while diner-style omelettes are semicircle shaped, although recent advancements in omelette cooking technology allows more aerodynamic omelettes. Secondly, this omelette splatters easily due to the soft skin and rings of cheese inside, meaning that, even with low velocity, it can cover a wide area. Next, we have cheese frittatas, which aren't technically omelettes but are currently in use for very short-range weaponry. Because frittatas can be made relatively hard and small but are relatively inefficient at delivering bacteria to the target, we use frittatas like a shotgun against targets weakened by other omelettes. They spray an area with many small frittatas, about the size of a large muffin. Each frittata that punctures the enemy's soft spots mean that they need to send a hazmat team down to the affected area to clean up the frittata, in addition to the breach. Frittatas are also cheap to make because we can bake a large amount of them in a big oven, and overcooking them is not much of a concern. Lastly, we have scrambled eggs with cheese. These are not launched orbitally because they will turn into omelettes anyway upon entry, but they are currently experimental in that regard. Now they are used on the ground in turrets or handheld weapons. The main problem is that they do not act fast enough on ground and cannot be stored economically. But there is research on having chickens on site to provide eggs for this use, and having better cheese payload by using blue cheeses, although it is more expensive. Professor, does that mean we have... Yes. Yes, we will soon have... war chickens. End of free sample. Please register for course Introduction to Omelettes online or in person to access the full lecture series.